transfer news live updates, Keita to Liverpool, Man United exclusive, Barcelona, Real Madrid. Transfer news is still coming in on Christmas Day and Express Sport brings you the latest here. Man United team deal. Manchester United have been told to stump up £16 million for Amaro Mbola. United have been linked with a teenage and reports from Portugal have suggested his club Benfica are ready to cash in. The 16-year-old's agent spoke recently about the speculation. Nothing is done, and the conversation, nobody communicated anything to me, nor to the parents, he said. He has interest from several clubs, because he is an asset of Benfica and has gone down this route well. I can say that all the great clubs in Europe have already asked for information about Amaro, from Germany, England, Spain, France. If he's going to Manchester is something that I don't know at all, but it's true that we have already met with Benfica and Manchester. There is no agreement, but there are conversations. Borussia Dortmund chief executive Hans-Joachim Watzke has all but ruled out a return for Henrik Mkhitaryan. The Manchester United outcast has been linked with a move away from Old Trafford. But Watzke has revealed his thoughts on the matter. I know the economic details of his transfer to Man United like nobody else, he told Bild am Sonntag. That's why his return is only conceivable with a great deal of imagination. De Bruyne to Barcelona? An in-depth study has shown two Premier League stars as the perfect signings for Barcelona. Online betting site BetStars have carried out statistical research to identify the position that Europe's elite clubs are weakest in. Then, subsequently, they have suggested which player they should target in the January transfer window. With Barcelona still yet to find a worthy replacement for Neymar, research concluded that Barcelona are most in need of a creative attacker who can break down stubborn defenses. Almost a quarter of the chances created by Barcelona's have been struck with at least 4 opposing players blocking the path to goal. A transfer matching system, which applies a statistical algorithm to extensive match performance data, has determined which attackers the Catalans could look to recruit in January. And it's Manchester City's Kevin De Bruyne who is best fit according to the research. The Belgian star has been in blistering form this season and was rated as an impressive 84.9% transfer match. Keita wants move now. Naby Keita is fed up at RB Leipzig and wants to move to Liverpool when the transfer window reopens, according to a leading German football expert. Keita, 22, agreed a move to Liverpool over the summer but has to wait until July 2018 to make it. But Lee Price, who has written 2 books on the Bundesliga, claims Keita is desperate to change the terms of the deal. That follows Leipzig being dumped out the Champions League while a title tilt hasn't got off the ground. The Naby Keita transfer saga had appeared to resolve itself. The midfielder was due to move to Liverpool in the summer, and that's that, Price exclusively told Express Sport. Celtic have accepted an £18 million offer from Brighton for Moussa Dembele. Dembele joined Celtic from Fulham on a free last year and has impressed in Scotland. He was linked with Chelsea last January with fees in the region of £40 million being touted about. But now Celtic appear to have accepted he is not worth quite that much and done a deal to sell him in January. Barcelona have endured a mixed 2017 but a few transfer deals should see them win La Liga next year. The Catalan Giants lost Neymar to PSG in the summer and his replacement, Ousmane Dembele, has struggled for game time. However, despite many expecting them to toil, Barcelona have silenced their critics to remain unbeaten in La Liga, the Champions League and Copa del Rey under Ernesto Valverde. The club, however, may splash the cash when the transfer window reopens next month. And Philippe Coutinho, Antoine Griezmann and Daley Blind are just a few names being linked with moves to the Nou Camp. But what else could they do? Barcelona are considering a January move for Naby Fekir, and is desperate to play with Lionel Messi. The La Liga leaders are looking for reinforcements in January as they look to retain the title after losing it to Real Madrid last season. Barcelona lost Neymar in the summer and signed Ousmane Dembele to help replace him, but has struggled with injury and their top target Philippe Coutinho proved unobtainable. They are expected to go back in for Coutinho in January, but Fekir has emerged as another target. And Don Balón claim he is crazy about Messi and wants to play alongside his hero. He is even willing to lower his salary to join the Spaniards and could move in January. Ross Barkley has a big month ahead with just 6 months left on his contract. He was wanted by both Chelsea and Tottenham in the summer and they are expected to make approaches when the window opens again. Sam Allardyce would like to keep him but realizes he could be off. However, our man Jamie Anderson argues that he should stay put and remain a hero on Merseyside. Why Ross Barkley should snub Chelsea and Tottenham? Souness on Van Dijk. Graham Souness thinks there's only one winner if Manchester City and Liverpool go head-to-head for Virgil van Dijk. Both sides want the Dutchman in January and could make offers to Southampton. I noticed Southampton left out Virgil van Dijk at Chelsea last weekend, Souness wrote in his column for the Sunday Times. Is that in preparation for selling him? Players have left Southampton before for Liverpool or Manchester United, so it's not a new thing for them. I'm intrigued to see if Van Dijk moves because he'll improve whoever gets him. Liverpool need him most, but Manchester City have the most money and might want him, given Vincent Kompany's injury problems. If so, there's only one winner. Neymar has reached an agreement with Real Madrid for his return to La Liga, according to Soccer Reports in Spain. The Brazilian only left Barcelona for Paris Saint-Germain last summer for a world record £198 million, but it seems he is already eyeing his next big money move. Neymar is said to be unhappy with life at the Parc des Princes and his father is in talks with Real president Florentino Perez. And according to Spanish publication Diario Gal, they have now reached an agreement that will see Neymar join Real for the 2019-20 season. Neymar wants to spend 2 years in the French capital making a name for himself. Liverpool are leading the charge to sign Monaco star Thomas Lemar, according to the bookies. Previous odds suggested that Jurgen Klopp's side were neck and neck with Chelsea in the battle for the Frenchman's signature. But significant interest in Lemar swapping the Stade Louis II for Anfield in January have seen Betfair make Liverpool outright favourites. The bookmakers have priced Liverpool at 7.5 to secure his services before the winter window shuts on February 3rd, that's shortened from 7-1 in the space of 7 days. Premier League champions Chelsea, who are also likely to reignite their interest in Everton's Ross Barkley, are narrowly behind at 4-1. While Arsenal, who almost signed the talented 22-year-old last summer as a long-term replacement for Alexis Sanchez, are the outsiders of the trio at 6-1. However, there could be a problem. Monaco, perhaps unsurprisingly, have struggled to recapture last season's form since selling over £310 million's worth of talent. They failed to win a single Champions League group stage match, and subsequently missed out on Europa League football. Marouane Fellaini to quit. Marouane Fellaini is ready to quit Manchester United next month and has no intention of signing a new contract at the club. Fellaini is out of contract with Manchester United in the summer and does not intend to extend his stay at Old Trafford. The Belgium international has already rejected one offer from the club, despite Jose Mourinho urging the board to renew at all costs. Express Sport understands he has begun looking for a new team and has no preference over whether he leaves in January or at the end of the season. And a source close to the 30-year-old has revealed he has already been approached with an offer from China. Watford want Shaw and Walcott. Manchester United and Arsenal stars Luke Shaw and Theo Walcott are wanted by Marco Silva's Watford. Watford are aiming to strengthen in January with their form recently tailing off. And Express Sport understands the Hornets are keen to sign Manchester United and Arsenal outcasts Shaw and Walcott. Shaw's United future remains uncertain despite the England international recently returning to the fold. The defender has struggled to earn the trust of Jose Mourinho ever since the 54-year-old replaced Louis van Gaal as Manchester United boss in the summer of 2006. And they are also keeping an eye on Arsenal's Walcott. The England international has struggled this season, with Arsene Wenger regularly overlooking him. Henrik Mkhitaryan has been offered back to Borussia Dortmund, but he doesn't want to leave the Premier League. That's according to German football expert Lee Price, who has written 2 books on the Bundesliga and is a reliable source of transfer news. Price predicted a number of deals over the summer before they happened, including said Cole's act to Arsenal and Liverpool bagging Naby Keita. While Price understands Dortmund are considering a loan offer for their former player, Mkhitaryan himself would prefer a switch to Arsenal or Tottenham. Henrik Mkhitaryan has been told he can leave Manchester United with the club already offering the Armenian to former club Borussia Dortmund, Price exclusively told Express Sport. They are readying a loan bid next month with a view to a permanent switch worth less than half the £27 million United paid barely 18 months ago. However, the playmaker is said to be baffled by his treatment at the hands of Jose Mourinho. He prefers to remain in the Premier League, with both Arsenal and Tottenham potential destinations. He is keen on a move down to London as opposed to a switch back to Germany. With Mesut Ozil earmarked to take his spot in the team, Mkhitaryan could be offered as part of the deal for the German, though Mourinho is known to prefer to sell him overseas.